Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel so I can continue bringing you these wonderful cigars that I'm able to find and share with you what I have stashed away in my girls, Juicy and Lucy, and my boy, Mr. Chesty. All right, so we got a good V-cut on this one. And as I said, this wrapper looks splendid. It's quite windy out here, so let me go ahead and get this thing lit up so I can start the journey and we get this thing done. All right, remember that when you have a closed foot and a semi-closed foot, there's no need to toast. Just go ahead and light it up. And take a few puffs to go ahead and get it lit well. As you see, it seems like I'm getting a good light. Again, wonderful aged tobacco flavor. I am getting some toasted nut.
You know what day of the week it is?
All right. Seems like this one is starting off pretty good. And as I said, getting some good aged tobacco flavor. Getting a little bit of creaminess. So let me go ahead and get into this first third and give you all some feedback on what we are experiencing. Let me know if you had any Ezra Zion sticks. What do you think about Ezra Zion? Do you like them? Do you not? What's your favorite stick out there? All right, hit that subscribe button. All right, so what do we have? Finishing up that first third. And what was I getting? I definitely got some creaminess. I got some of those baking spices. On the retro hell, I did get cinnamon. And what I'm really noticing about myself is that I have the retro hell to truly grasp some of the notes that are within this cigar. I got some espresso. I'm not a coffee, but definitely an espresso because it was a stronger, like the actual coffee beans type flavor. As you can see, a nice strong ash. Like I said, it's very windy where I'm at right now. And it was a little bit more, but the wind caught it and blew it off. I have a razor's edge burn line. And this cigar is going along pretty smoothly. No burn issues. Very pleasant smoke. And as I say, you can taste the aged tobacco in it as well. As you can see, also, as I told you all, I like to have a little foreskin on the cigar, meaning that I'm keeping a good rhythm and pace when it comes to smoking the cigar, so I can really get the best of the flavors out of it. So for all the new beginning smokers like myself, remember to keep a decent pace when you're smoking and enjoying your cigars. All right, I'm gonna get into the second third and let you all know what I'm experiencing. All right, so what are we looking like? Finishing up that second third and starting to begin into that first third. And I will tell you, it did get better in that second third. I started to get some notes of toasted woods. I continue with the bacon spices, espresso, a lot of whipping cream, and it began to be like heavy whipping cream. As you can see, it still has a pretty good strong ash, even in this windy wind. In retro hell, those notes were only intensifying. But one thing I did notice, when I didn't retro hell, I was getting the leather and not many of the other notes except for the whipping cream. But when I retro hell, I was not getting those leather notes, but getting all of the other notes I spoke of, like baking spices, espresso, and something else. I started to taste chocolate nibs. Reminds me I went to Puerto Plata, Dominican Republic, and had a chance on this tour to try some cocoa nibs. And so it gave me a reminiscent of that. And then also, surprisingly, those Oreo cookies were present. So if you ever had Oreo cookies without the cream in them and just the cookies, that's what it tastes like without the sweetness. One thing I will tell you, if you hear the cigar has chocolates and chocolatey to it, don't always expect milk chocolate, but maybe like a dark chocolate or a base of chocolate. If any of you know of like milk chocolate cigars out there, let me know in the chat. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. So let me get into this last third, finish this up, and let you all know what this experience has been like. Your boy, the Southern Contrarian. I'll be right on back. All right. So finishing up that final third, and I will say that it wasn't as complex as I was expecting, but I did continue to get that toasted wood, which really became in the forefront. Continued to get the espresso, which had died down, but I started to get a lot of leather on the retro hell and on a normal XL, getting a lot of leather with this cigar. Overall, again, I think it is a good cigar, has a lot of complexity to it, meaning that it's offering a lot of different notes within this cigar, but I'm not quite getting all of the notes that it said on the website. But I'm not complaining. As I said, still a novice palate is starting to develop and get more and more of those notes identified. So I think I'm about to wrap this one on up. It's been a good time hanging out with you all. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and most importantly, subscribe to the channel so that you'll know when I continue to review these wonderful cigars that I have in my girl, Miss Lucy, Miss Juicy, and Mr. Chesty. All right, my people, to the brothers and sisters of the leaf, keep smoking. And as we get out of here, I'll give you all a pan around. Be well, my people.